Ideology of Pakistan means Ideology means science of ideas naturally acquired or consciously spread. KK's book, The Making of Pakistan. An ideology is a set of beliefs or philosophies attributed to a person, especially those held for reasons that are not purely epistemic, in which practical elements are as prominent as theoretical ones. Pakistan was founded as a haven for the subcontinent Muslim, and today they comprise more than 95% of the population. But it took centuries before Islam gained more than a foothold here, and centuries more before native inhabitants took up the religion in great number. The root of Islam in the subcontinent extend back to the campaign of conquest waged by Arab armies in first year after the birth of the religion in the 7th century. For 500 years, a succession of Islamic dynasties after the birth of the religion in the 7th century, the Ghaznavid, Ghoris, and Delhi Sultanate among them, ruled significant portion of the region, battling Hindu kingdoms and migrating nomads. These dynasties laid the foundation for one of the greatest kingdoms the world has seen, the Mughal Empire. The subcontinent was accustomed to incursions from outsiders seeking land, treasures, and dominion, but unlike the nomads, Persian or Greek, who preceded them, the Muslim introduced strong central government and many other social innovations. Their influence transformed the subcontinent and left a legacy of incomparable art and architecture, scientific knowledge, and other priceless contribution to the world heritage. But in the process, the Islamic tide created a schism with the subcontinent's Hindu majority that continues to define relation between Pakistan and India to this day. Ideology may be most difficult, but the most often used concept in the social sciences, and one of that has the endless meaning in both academic and everyday discussion. Ideology is most commonly practices or beliefs which a nation or a group of people follow or followed in a culture. Ideology could be put to progressive political purposes, since understanding the source of ideas might enable effort on behalf of human progress. Muslims were ideological, religious, culturally, political, and socially different than the Hindu definitions. Ideology can be explained in absolute or relative terms, although this is often used with negative connotations. I see ideology as an inherent part of culture. Ideology is a plan or program which is based upon philosophy. Ideology of Pakistan is made upon Islamic principles. Pakistan is an ideological state, and the ideology of Pakistan is an Islamic ideology. Pakistan not only means freedom and independence, but the Muslim ideology which has to be preserved, which has come to us as a precious gift and treasure, and which we hope other will share with us. I am fully convinced that was quoted by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and Muhammad Allama Iqbal said, I am fully convinced that the Muslim of India will ultimately have to establish a separate homeland, as they could not live with the Hindus in the United States. India is a continent of human beings belonging to different races, speaking different languages, and professing different religion. I therefore demand the formation of a consolidated Muslim state in the best interest of India and Islam. Al-Biruni to Qaid-e-Azam. The ideology of Pakistan took shape through an evolutionary process. Historical experience provided the base. With Sir Syed Ahmad Khan began the period of Muslim self-awakening. Allama Iqbal provided the philosophical explanation. Qaid-e-Azam translated it into a political reality. As the Constitution and the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan, by passing objective resolution on March 12, 1949, gave it the legal sanction. It was due to the realization of Muslims of South Asia that they are different from the Hindus and that they demanded separate electorates. When they, when they realized their demand for a separate state as early as in the beginning of the 11th century, Al-Biruni observed that Hindus differed from the Muslim in all matter and habits. He further elaborated his argument by writing, the Hindus consider Muslim Michla or impure, and they forbid having any connection with them, be it intermarriages or any other bond of relationship. They even avoid sitting, eating, and drinking with them because they feel polluted. The speech made by Quaid-e-Azam at Minto Park, Lahore on March 22, 1940 was very similar to Al-Biruni's thesis in theme and tone. He emphasized that in spite of the passage about 1000 years, the relation between the Hindus and Muslims could not attain the level of cordiality. Ideology of Pakistan and Islam. Normally, the ideology of Pakistan and Islamic ideology are supposed to having the same meaning. No doubt, the Islamic ideology is the foundation of the ideology of Pakistan, but should not be taken as synonyms. Following are the major Islamic contents of ideology of Pakistan. Ideology of Pakistan is based upon Islamic belief, supremacy of law in the light of Quran and Sunnah, justice, fraternity and equality. Quaid-e-Azam said Pakistan was created the day the first Indian national entered the field of Islam. From the above statement, it is clear that ideology of Pakistan is an Islamic one. Characteristics of ideology of Pakistan. Islam. Pakistan ideology is based on the ideals of Islam. Islamic ideology is essential for Pakistan. Islam is our bedrock and sheet anchor. Jinnah said, the Muslim subcontinent are a nation in the true sense of the word. The basis of their nationhood are neither territorial, racial, linguistic, or ethnic. Rather, they are a nation because they belong to the same faith, Islam, so they considered it their fundamental right to be entitled to the right of self-determination. They demanded that the Muslim majority areas should be constituted into a separate and sovereign state wherein they would be able to lead their lives freely in accordance with the teaching of Holy Quran and Sharia of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They further wanted their state to strengthen the bonds of unity among Muslim countries. Quaid-e-Azam said, we do not demand Pakistan simply to have a piece of land, but we want a laboratory where we could experiment on Islamic principle. Two-nation theory. The two-nation theory is a relative because it depends on the existence of other Hindus. If Hindus did not exist, or if they had existed as a minority, there would have been no need to propound two-nation theory. Mr. Kazmi book, A Concise History of Pakistan. The primary concept of ideology is that Muslims should get a separate identity. They should have a separate state where they could lead their lives according to Islamic Sharia and golden principle, recognize their religion freely and safeguard Islamic tradition. On one occasion, Quaid-e-Azam said, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan used the term two nation in 1868 after Urdu-Hindi controversy in Banaras. The Muslim demand Pakistan where they can rule in accordance with their own system of life, their cultural development, their tradition and Islamic laws. Thus, this fundamental concept of ideology led to the concept of two nations in the subcontinent and resulted in the formation of Pakistan. The two-nation theory was the basis of struggle for creation of Pakistan. It implies that Muslims of subcontinent were a nation quite distinct and separate for the Hindus. They, in spite of living together for centuries, could not forget their individual culture and civilization. The founder of Pakistan, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, made it clear that the Hindus and the Muslims belong to two different religions, religious philosophies, social custom and literature. They neither intermarry nor interdine together, and indeed they belong to two different civilizations which are based mainly on conflicting ideas and conceptions. Territorial land. Pakistan is a laboratory where Islamic principle could be tested. Amongst the component of ideology of Pakistan, land is the third major element. A piece of land was necessary for the existence, stabilization and promotion of Islamic ideology. Quaid-e-Azam said in his address to Punjab Muslim Student Federation in March 1941, nothing would be achieved simply by raising slogan for nation. We are one nation. The nation could not survive in the air. It requires an independent land and settle where it where it can rule, and our demand is the same.